Morning students, welcome to VLSI Design. Now we are going to discuss built-in self-test. So what is meant by built-in self-test? The chip can be test itself is called as a built-in self-test. So till now we have seen that the testing of the circuit can be done by applying some externally connected inputs and verify the result obtained from the circuit. But it requires some external equipment connected to the circuit. So what it requires, built-in self-test requires some externally connected equipments. So this is nothing but the circuit under test. It requires some externally connected equipments. So that is called as a built-in self-test. See some points. So built-in self-test, it allows the circuit itself. That means it tests the circuit itself is called as a built-in self-test. A vector generator produces the test vector. So this test vector generates the test vector to produce, and it is applied to the circuit under test. So here one circuitry is present. That means nothing but for a good response circuitry we can determine by using one simulator tool that is called as a CAD tool. So the expected response must be stored on the chip, and it is and for the compressor during testing. So these points are the built-in self-test. So what is meant by built-in self-test? The circuit itself tests, and the test vector generates the vectors under the circuit under test. And one good circuitry may be present, that is called as a CAD tool. So all these responses are compressed in the test vector. So here different methods are present. One is called as a pseudo-random binary sequence generator. So in the pseudo-random binary sequence generator, so the vectors on the chip is used for a pseudo-random test. So it is a practical approach. So the generator for a pseudo-random test is easily constructed using a feedback shift register circuit. So we know the shift register, so but here we use a feedback shift register. That means a linear feedback shift resistors. The circuit is also known as a linear feedback shift resistor. So see the structure. So here the 4 flip-flops are makes the shift resistor. So one XOR gate is used here to feedback the output of X0 and X3. So it is fed through the 4th flip-flop. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, third flip-flop. So like that we can construct a pseudo-random binary sequence generator. So simply it will act as a shift register after shifting the bits, and the last value is comes through the XOR gate. That is called as a pseudo-random binary sequence. So this is nothing but P or SB is nothing but pseudo-random binary sequence. So this is nothing but the signature analyzer. Finally we can get the output here. And this is nothing but a pseudo-random one. Here first I stored the responses are nothing but 1, 0, 0, 0. So after storing the responses, how it will shift means, so it will shift like that. That means here 1 is shifted in this one, and 0 already present, 0 is shifted in this one, and 0 is shifted in this one. So 1 is shifts here, 1 is shifts here, and 0 is shift here, and 0 is shift here. The first place is left. So if it is left means the third, this output and this one are XOR, and it is applied to the flip-flop. And that means this is the first one and this is the last one. The first and the last are XOR. 0, 1 is 0, 1 XOR is nothing but 1. The F is 1. So F is applied to the flip-flop. That means here 1. And after this one, we can shift the sequence like that. And here shift the sequence. And here shift the sequence. 1 XOR 0 is nothing but 1. So, like way we can shift the data. So, how many bits we can shift the data means depending upon the number of inputs. N inputs means 2 power n minus 1. Totally 15 combinations we can shift. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. After reaching the 15th one, we can get a final output. That is 1, 0, 0. Whatever the desired pattern here we apply, the same thing we can get. So the maximum number of test patterns generated in the n bit is nothing but 2 power n minus 1. So like way we can test, the circuit itself test the circuit. That means generate the test patterns. So but here it is not a attractive one because a large number of responses to the test on the chip. So here we can test the responses in the large number of responses. So it is not a attractive one. So the practical approach, that means only one solution is present. Practically the compressor is present, that is a practical solution is to compress the result into a single pattern. So in the previous one so many patterns are present, so we can compress the result in the single pattern. So by using a linear feedback shift resistor circuit in the same way, but here we can compress the circuit. So two methods are present. One is called as a single input compressor circuit and one more is called as a multiple input compressor circuit. In the single input compressor circuit, after applying the number of test vectors, the resulting value of P drive the SIC and coupled with the linear feedback shift resistor functionally produces a 4-bit pattern. So like that it produces a 4-bit pattern. So here after applying the number of test vectors, the resulting value of P drives the SIC. That means a single input compressor circuit. Single input compressor circuit. So this is nothing but a single input compressor circuit in order to avoid the circuit complexity. What circuit complexity is nothing but large number of responses are present. To overcome the large number of responses, here we compress a that means a test vector. So after compressing the test vector, we can apply the test vector like that. That is this type of that means compressor circuit is called as a single input compressor circuit. And the second type is called as a multiple input compressor circuit. So here only we can get, that means this is nothing but a single input. One at a time we can apply the vector here. But in the multiple input compressor circuit, here we can simultaneously apply the test vectors. That means P0, P1, P2 and P3 and it generates the vector. That is nothing but if the circuit under test has more than one output. So more than one output is present means here by using the linear feedback shift resistors we can construct a multiple inputs can be used. So this is nothing but a multiple input compressor circuit. So in the pseudo random circuit having that means generates a more number of test patterns. So in order to avoid that one, there we use a single input compressor circuit, and here more than one input we can get the multiple input compressor circuit. So this is nothing but the multiple input compressor circuit. And now this is nothing but a bit, that means built-in self-test in a sequential circuit. So how we can test the sequential circuit in the built-in self-test. So this is nothing but the structure of the built-in self-test. Here one multiplexer is present. So this multiplexer is nothing but normal or under test. So this is nothing but the normal and this is nothing but a test vector. So in the normal operation here, here the multiplexer is present. The multiplexer having the two inputs, that is nothing but W. W is nothing but the generated vector, and this is nothing but a PRBS, that is nothing but a pseudo random binary sequence generator that can be represented by X. So under normal test, externally applied bits, that is nothing but W, is generated. Under in the test generation, the pseudo random generated vectors are applied through the multiplexer. And here in the normal test, what will be generated at a multiplexer? That means externally applied inputs are generated, and after getting this one, we can get a multiple input. That means multiple input vectors. That is in the previous one what we discussed means multiple input compressor circuit. So after applying under normal test, we can get a multiple input compressor circuit, and this is nothing but can be represented by Z signature. And under the test condition, under normal test condition, this is nothing but the output. Under in the test condition, the pseudo random generated vectors are generated, and this is nothing but the output. And here the flip-flops and multiplexers are present. The combinational output is Z, as well as the next states of the flip-flops. So this is nothing but the next state, and this is nothing but the present state. Here the next state is nothing but Y, and here this is nothing but the scanned in. That means pseudo random generated vectors are applied, that can be represented by Y, and after getting this one, it is scanned out and it generates the output. That output is nothing but a single compressor input, single input compressor. So after checking all these operations, we can verify the test results. That is nothing but a multiple input compressor circuit and single input compressor circuit. If these two are equal, then only the test will over. That means if these two are not equal, means the faulty must be present in the sequential circuit. So like way we can test the sequential circuits also. So this is called as a built-in self-test. So how we can test? So how the circuit can itself test means by taking a pseudo random test generator one. So this is called as a built-in self-test in the sequential circuit. Thank you.